Howdy ho, Arkansas Pilgrim here again. Well, I should be making a video about starting seeds, but I'm not starting seeds yet. And actually, to be honest, I should be making a video about mixing up some potting soil to start seeds in, but I haven't mixed up potting soil yet either. So this is about a different homesteading subject, which is making a chicken cage carrier thingy. Gonna go buy some chickens, full-grown chickens, and I need a way to transport them. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing. Obviously, it's on the cheapskate, do what you can with what you have, where you are level of things, which is how I do things most of the time. Now, so I would say sorry about the mess, but I'm not really sorry. And well, I used to clean up a little bit to have whatever was going to be in the background to try to make the videos look better, but I just don't have time for that. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing is making a chicken cage, I guess they're called, or chicken carrier, out of some welded wire fence. I have several pieces of it, and it's not good for much else, especially this shorter piece. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some pieces up and put them together, and I'll show you how I'm going to be doing that. I've already measured the place in my vehicle where I'm going to put this, and I'll go into that later. Yeah, I'm going to protect the vehicle. I'm not just going to carry chickens in a wire basket in my car, even though I've seen people do that. I got this piece of welded wire fencing, and you know they come in rolls. This is the end of a roll, and they've got a curve to it. And actually, I need to put on some gloves because it'll end up cutting myself. Yeah, there's little the little cut wire ends are like sharp as razor blades. But to get it straightened out, you need to kind of roll it out backwards, and then step on it, and hopefully not fall yourself. But you got to make it yield back. It's already been bent a little bit, smoothly, obviously, into that curve. And when this helps it a little. It'll still have some residual curve to it. Actually, maybe all of it. Let's see. No, there's less, but you at least get a little bit done. You go along and just, pull it as need be. Well, this is 48 inches tall, and that's exactly how long it. Let me see if I'm even in frame here. There, that's better. I don't think you can see me. But this is 48 inches tall, which is how long I need it to be. So I need to be 48 by 32. This section here is kind of bunged up, so I'm going to cut that off. Okay, now this is some more pieces of fence I got. I got to cut out the side pieces, which are going to be 48 long and height. I guess these are 2 by 4. I think 20 inches will be fine. Because that'll be more than enough. I think I was going to put it at 18 for the birds. Actually, 1 foot's probably big enough because I gotta go check and see how tall I made my chicken tractor, because that sounds like that's too tall. I think I only made it like 12, maybe even 14 inches. Let's go see. Let me go see. Yeah, the chicken tractor was 24. 12. I don't know what I was thinking. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut out 2 side pieces that'll be 48 long. I'm gonna go ahead and do 20 high, and then I'll need to do two end pieces, which will be 32 wide and 18 high, or 20 high. My gosh, I better keep these numbers straight in my head or I'm going to end up with a really weird shaped thing. Okay, now the idea is to take each of those pieces, and you may have noticed, and I'll probably put some text in the video about it, you have noticed I cut off most of them having little extra pieces of wire on there. That's to be able to twist the wire to connect to the other pieces. So I'm going to just start putting them together and we'll see how it works out. As you can see now, I've got a rectangular box with two open ends that keeps hanging up, which you probably noticed before. All these ends of wires hanging up to get, there we go. Kind of flexible. Once it gets the one end on it though, it won't be so flexible. And I am going to have to clean up this end here, some of the pieces, and moving it around. The welds were broke, but that's okay. I've got a couple pieces of baling wire that I can twist around and do some things here. And it doesn't have to be perfect after all. I mean, it's a chicken cage for chickens. So, now I got to put one end on, and then I'm going to have to think about how. I guess I'm down here. I guess I'm going to have to think about how. What I'll do to make the other end be a gate, to lift up. So, which would probably be pretty, I'll probably just tie it in a couple of spots. I'll probably just tie it on with zip ties, and that makes it easy to move rather than using wire. So, but we'll see. Once you're done twisting all the wires on, little cut wires that I've twisted around, got these nubs sticking out, and they can be sharp. You need to go around and kind of give them a squeeze so that they're not pointing out, and so that'll make it safer. All right, I've got all all, 5 of the sides of this six-sided object taken care of. This is all open. Got one more piece to put on, and I was just going to make this whole thing the door, just to make it easy. But but that's one of the dangers of actually just doing stuff by the seat of your pants. And if you note, this side, I mean, it's stiff. It's closed in all the way around. Each edge has got some support, and here it's all flexible. So that's not good. So I was thinking about putting a rim around it made of wood or something. But then, I mean, some wisdom hit me from somewhere. Said, hey, you don't want to open, you're trying to put chickens in this thing. You don't want to open this thing this wide if you're having to put one chicken in at a time or something. I mean, they'll just run everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 4th solid side on and then cut a small door, which, hey, was the smart way to do it, right? So as you can see, these 2 pieces don't have any extra wires hanging off on them. So I'm going to tie those together with some wire that I have. And I'm not going to do it by doing loops. I'm going to kind of weave it. It's almost like sewing. But there's a trick to doing that. I actually did it already on one other part, but I didn't show it. And since it came up again now, I'm going to go ahead and show you. There's actually a little bit of a trick to twisting a wire through here to make it tight. It sounds like a simple thing, but like a lot of things, it ends up being, there always being some little complexity to it. Luckily I have some thin wire. This is baling wire, but it's thin stuff, and it's a lot easier to work with. And because actually this takes a while bending all these this loop, because the stuff's relatively thick and doesn't bend necessarily that easy. Well, since I'm going to be twisting around, it takes more. It's going to be longer than one side, so I'm going to make it about 1.5, which will be more than enough to do it. And then let's see, maybe I'll let's change the view here. Okay, first let's pinch this together a little bit. I guess that's good enough. What we need to do first is just tie the wire off. So I'm just gonna slip it through here, twist it around, and then just do like a little bread twist tie knot. It's not even a knot; it's just twisting. Twist that a couple times, and then we'll cut that off later. Okay. Now, the first thought might be you want to thread through here. But if you do it like this, as you go through, when you pull this down, it ends up making kinks somewhere. I mean, either a twist, a loop that's tight, and then when you try to unloop it, it breaks because, bending wire back and forth makes it break. So what you do is you actually stick the bottom through like this and then pull the rest through. There. Okay, now I'm going to go, actually, that wasn't good. Should have pulled it through this loop, because that way the wire will catch on this corner here and help pull the piece together. So let's go ahead and do that. One thing about doing it like this, even though it bends, it doesn't bend a lot, so it doesn't kink and it shouldn't break. Okay, so pinch that together, throw it through, and probably go through and go to the next one to pull it through and then not have to do it twice. Okay, now, there. Give it a good pull. There, it's tight. And then repeat. Slip it through there. Go ahead and grab it over here. And then pull it tight. It's good to have it tight, pretty tight already. But, sometimes, hey, you only got 2 hands, right? Suppose I could put pulling it through the wrong one. there we go. And just sew on down the end and then tie it off with a twist at the end. So maybe I'll go ahead and just do that. Let's see. This is actually a lot quicker than doing the bends. Geez, assuming you don't keep doing it the wrong way. Then bending all the individual pieces. And one might argue that maybe I should have done the entire thing this way, and it would have been a little bit quicker. But, could be true. But hey, almost done now, so it doesn't matter. Well, this is one of those situations where I say, oh, the next time I do this, it's like, yeah, but when's the heck's the next time I'm going to be doing this? One of the things about my projects are I seem to be on a perpetual learning curve because I always do something. I always like doing something new and different. So, I mean, that's what you get. So, if everything I was doing was a production line, then yeah, maybe that wouldn't be that fun. Of course, one might argue also, geez, is this really all that fun? But I don't know. I guess there is a sense of accomplishment having done it, even though it's, a redneck thing. There we go. And here's I'm just going to twist it around a few times. It's not a shoelace. It's not going to untie. And actually, I'll just go around until it's done. I don't even have to bother cutting anything off then. I mean, unless there's just a little nub sticking out someplace, probably. There we go. Now, let's trim that little skin scratcher here. Off. And there. Now to cutting the door. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut a 12-inch by 12-inch hole here, and then make a of a door from another piece of the fencing that I cut off. I looked up, chicken transport containers or chicken carriers or whatever they're called. See what good size a door would be, and then which is something I probably should have done before I even started building this. And all of them are like 12 inches high. They put the chickens in a lot tighter, which might actually be better for them when you're transporting them. I don't know, but this one is as big as I made it now. So hey, is what it is, mate. So here we go. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and leave a lip here at the bottom. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut off. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. Yeah, okay. Just cut the last one here so I just don't keep going. Okay, got the hole cut. Now I need to go through, and you got all these little nubs here. This is going to be the opening putting the chickens through, and I don't want to cut myself or the chickens. I'm going to go through and file these down. Tried to cut them, most of them anyway, where there wasn't going to be much. And I got a couple like this one here, which is pretty big. But I'm going to go through and get all of those. Here's the door. I used the belt sander right there to grind all the cut nubs off. There's still a little bit of something there, but I mean, it's mostly okay. Now, it's oversized, so it'll be okay. And except right here, it's going to hinge. I'm just going to bend these little suckers over to make the hinges. So, and which I guess I could show you myself doing that. I've been going back and forth on whether or not to show you doing stuff, which may be long and boring, or to just tell you what I'm doing, show you a little, and then skip to the next thing. So, I think I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't need to have it there. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and bend it right here. As a start. And no, we don't want it to crimp on there, so we got to go ahead and here we go. Let's what I want to do more seat of the pants stuff. Hold that and then bend this and see how that goes. There. That ought to work. Okay, I'll do the rest of those and come back. I've got, I think you can see that. Yeah, okay. Yep, there's all the loops. Just going to go ahead and hopefully this is visible with just a bunch of wire. There we go. And, oops. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just pinch it closed just a little. And let me go over here. That one a little tight, I think. Let's see. Well, it works sort of. Gonna have to adjust that to make it where it spins. I think that I've got that one a little too tight. A couple of these other ones a little too loose. We'll see. And then that's basically it. Obviously, well, I think I've just got it like a spring clamp I'm going to use to close there. Make it simple. So there we have it. Well, before I go though, I do want to point out a couple of things. Something I said kind of off the cuff when I was doing the threading the wire through on this side, I think is true. This would have been a lot quicker and still strong and solid if I had just cut everything off without any extra little wire nubs sticking out and just wired it all together like that. It would have gone a lot faster. There was, the original cuts are the same, but then I have to go through and make a bend on all of them and then use using the needle nose pliers to grab and make a twist and then make another twist and you get it twisted around. Then I had to come back again with a regular pair of pliers to get the final pieces kind of bent down so they wouldn't be sticking out and easily scratch you. So that was like, spitting, and that actually took a lot of time. This was several hours worth of work doing this, and it probably would have been still an hour or so doing it with the wire, but it would have gone a lot quicker because there was only one thing to do. Anyway, but lesson learned. If anybody wants to take the plunge and do one of these for themselves, obviously I don't think you need to make it 24 inches. I think 12 is too small. Maybe 18 would be better. And this size is just what would fit in the back of my car and in the luggage area when I fold the seats up. And when I say car, yes, I'm going to put down a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to put down plastic and probably one of these old beat up moving blankets I got under the plastic in case the plastic leaks. But I'm not taking a chance on, well, I guess I am taking a chance by hauling chickens in my car, but I'm not just going to throw them in the back. I'm going to put some protective stuff on it. Anyway, but that's why it's 4 feet long and 32 inches wide. That fits nicely between the wheel wells and in the cargo area. So anyway, hopefully this might have been helpful to you guys. If you want to make your own larger size thing and got some fencing hanging around. I guess that's it. Until then, do what you can with what you have where you are. God bless you all, and see you next time.